Hello and welcome to Drivible. So, if you're a dealer principal in management, in the finance department, or simply anyone working at an Australian car dealership, I would like to tell you how your current filing room, your paper storage solution, could be costing you up to, well, over $80,000 a year, depending on the size of your dealership. And I'm going to show more than tell in terms of Drivible. So Drivible is a cloud document storage management solution, and we've got here a example repair order, and I'm just going to open up the Drivible platform. I'm going to copy this email address and we're just going to send it through, and bam, let's pretend that I just went to the scanner, scanned this document, I click send, boom. And in the meantime, Drivible will be processing that, doing some AI, doing some OCR work, and making that searchable. Now, I said you could be saving up to in the order of $80,000 a year, and you'll see that on our website in a few different spots. This is just a quick explanation of what that means. Now, it mostly comes down to labor savings. So you can have a look at this and debate this how you want, but we're assuming that your dealership is in the order of 15 to 20, maybe 25. Oh, there we go. Drivible has processed that document. Maybe up to 25 people. And I'll just show you here. Boom. We have Hanako Arasaka's document is now in here. It's extracted things like the repair order number, the client details. We've got vehicle details here, odometer, all of that. And if you weren't directly looking at services, you just wanted to type in that repair order number, you can go straight to it and boom, load up that document. So very quick, very fast, and you can search for pretty much just about anything else you want, and it should be able to find these fields. So that is the power of Drivible. It makes it very easy to get data in. It gets very easy to retrieve those documents, and we have a whole bunch of other services, bulk document processing, so you can scan multiple repair orders or accounts at once. We have the ability to send e-invoices and also e-sign, and you can also do payments, so you can request payments for your services, for your parts, or your deal deposits. So that's not the main part. The main part is how are we allowing you to get that much level of savings? Well, it will depend on the system that you've got. We've talked to a number of different dealerships. We currently have 22 dealerships using Drivible, and they're all finding it obviously very useful because we've got 3.6 million pages, and we've already done over $2.4 million in transactions on our platform. So you can play with the number of repair orders a week. How many are you doing? Do you have a not very busy service department, a very busy service department? I assume that you're probably doing, maybe it's only 20 repair orders, your repairs a week, per day. 100 a week. Maybe you're not getting that many sales, or maybe you're doing really well. And you're probably not actually doing 150 accounts. Maybe you're only getting 20 documents into the accounts department and people wanting money. So it depends. Maybe you're only going to save 30,000 a year. Maybe it's 80,000. maybe you're in Sydney and you're earning more. We have a whole advanced settings section here. How many pages per document? How long does it take? Even things like the retrieval rate. So we're assuming you're only getting about 1% of documents you actually have to go look at. We're assuming it takes you 10 minutes to go get those documents, and that it takes you up to a minute to file and sort through. Especially with repair orders, there's just a lot of them. You've got to put them all in order, and then you've got to file them away in archive boxes. You've got to note it down. You've got to do all of that. With Drivible, you put a whole bunch in the scanner. Brum, you put it into our bulk document system. We'll split it up, and you can find them in seconds. So that's why we're thinking that you might only be getting... all right, I'm going to reset back to defaults so that it's something that you probably will be looking at. And so let's look here. 132 hours a year of time using Drivible. That's just like your labor and staff. The actual Drivible platform itself, you're only looking at sort of $6,500 a year. Very cheap to get that much savings. And so you're looking at across your maybe 20 people, you could be saving 2,000 hours a year. You're saving a person's worth of work. And if you're not sure, go talk to people in your service department, your sales department, your finance department. See just how long it takes truly. Now, there is some storage space costs. There is some real estate costs, but they just are dwarfed by the labor costs. At least what we've seen and how we've built this calculator. So when we say that you'll save in the order of, like if you're in Sydney and you're paying $45 an hour and you're going to go spend nearly 2,000 hours a year filing documents and 220 hours a year in retrieving documents, we're saying it's going to cost you $118,000 a year. Yes, there is some cost to Drivible, but your savings, have a look at it. Go work it out yourself. What we do find is some dealerships love having an extra room back. They sometimes 2 rooms and a shipping container back. And if you're interested in Drivible, then go check out maybe your Honda, Toyota. I don't know where you are, but go put your details in here and let us know that you'd like to send someone to train your staff. And we will get you onboarded as soon as we can. Cheers. Thank you very much.